As someone who has studied visual design, both culturally, historically, in all of these contexts, and also been very into like beauty and fashion trends, you have to ask yourself, why is it that certain trends look good on certain beauty types, whereas other beauty types just doesn't seem to fit them? Why is this? And to answer this, I'm going to give you in a simple bite-sized commentary of why is this the case, based on theoretical ideas in image consultancy. And for those who are new here, hi, my name is Amii, and I am an image consultancy. And as someone who was a graphic designer and now into image consultancy, and also a former teacher in visual art, I am here to explain why is this the case. For example, we have like back in the 2020s, the early days of TikTok, which is like 6 years ago, believe it or not, we have the animal beauty types. We have the fox, cat, doe, etc. But there has to be a logical reason why is this the case. And in very simple terms, based on Japanese face type analysis, which is based on the initial first impression that we as people see on other people, what's our initial first impression. And it's based on 4 categories: cute, fresh, feminine, and cool. And what makes these 4 types? It's based on 2 very simple variables. We have are you more youthful leaning or are you more mature leaning? So in other words, are you seen younger than your age or older than your age? Very simple, which is again based on a certain spectrum. And then we have another variable, second variable, sharp or soft line, or in very technical terms, yin and yang features. Are you much more rounder or are you much more defined? And again, this is not based on like cultural norms. It's just whether or not your features are more defined or your features are much more softer. We have our first category, which is the cute archetype, which has soft and youthful features. In this case, we have someone like Miranda Kerr, and trying to think of someone on top of my head right now, Gigi Hadid. Cute, round, soft, very childlike, but it has a very like girly aspect to it. Then we have the fresh type, which has still youthful, however they have a bit of a more defined feature, like a sporty feel to them. So in this case, we have someone like Emma Watson and Kate Moss. They have a bit of a natural, clean, minimal feel to them. We have the third type, which is the feminine type. So this is our very traditional, conservative, like what we expect an adult woman to be like, in Blayton's term. So this has softer features, but has a much more adult feel to them. So we have someone like Kate Middleton as one, and we have basically like traditional beauty standards, Elizabeth Taylor. That's a really good example. Soft, but they still have this mature feel to them. And last but not least, we have our cool types, which have much more defined structure features, but also they have much more adult feel to them. So we have Bella Hadid and Tilda Swinton. So cool type, we have sharper, mature feel to them. So in this case, they have a much more serious, authoritative feel to them. So in this case, we have Bella Hadid and Tilda Swinton as examples. But why am I explaining all of this? It's not to make you guess which one are you like fit into certain boxes. What I really want to explain out of all of this is to let you know that not everyone fits within a box. It's just to help you figure out what type of beauty you are, so you could be much more flexible to whatever context that social situations you are in, because it's a different look you want to portray when you are in a dating situation versus a serious interview. There's different impressions you want to lean towards. So for example, if you are cute archetype, it is much of an easier impression if you're in a social dating situation, but in a working environment, you may not be taken as serious because of how you are perceived, which unfortunately, human nature, we just judge based on how we see in first glance. But for someone who is the cool type, they'd be very effective in a serious corporate situation because they're just seem like very authoritative. Whereas in a dating situation, guys may feel a bit intimidated. So why am I explaining this? Because knowing your beauty type is very helpful to know how to adjust in any situation. So if you are keen to know what is your exact beauty type based on my analysis, you could always book a report and consultation with me in the link down in the description. And if you're keen to know more about these tips and tricks and ways to adapt your beauty type to any scenario, especially going to lean more into how to incorporate your astrology and astrology typing into it, because we all don't fit in a box. We have our own cosmic makeup. You could always follow my socials, give it a follow, comment, like to know more. So thank you again for listening in, and I hope to hear more from you guys in the future.